Today's story begins as Mary aces her test while her classmates struggle, and Bonnie thinks she's clever by handing Mary a higher grade test, only to get slapped in the face. Mary sees the square roots and trig functions, and she strikes back, leaving Bonnie never to underestimate her again. Bonnie is shocked. She never thought Mary had already aced it. After school, she decides to uncover Mary's mysterious background. She discovers Mary's mom is a math genius and decides to hit the bar to talk with Frank about it. Frank says he just wants Mary to live a normal life, sometimes simple as joyful. The next day, Mary gets on the school bus and is bullied by older students. Mary sees this and without hesitation, uses her book to strike back. Talk about the heroic moment. Later, Mary gets called to the principal's office, who says her fighting is grounds for expulsion, but instead offers her a spot at a genius school. The principal thinks no parent would turn down that offer, but Frank immediately shoots it down. Mary has no interest in that school and turns down the principal's offer, as everyone pushes her towards the path of academic fame. Subtitles: But Frank simply desires her to live an ordinary life. It's truly hard to understand the complexities of parental intentions. Mary returns to class and remains a genius, and as usual, Frank picks her up after school. But at the door waits an unexpected guest, Frank's mom, who is also a mathematician. She always wanted to complete her math dreams with her daughter, but the daughter chose to disappear midway. Now she's found Mary. Subtitles: Evelyn has come here for Mary, truly a family of highly educated individuals. So Frank was once a college professor, he's now a handyman. Talk about a plot twist. And Mom's intentions are clear, she wants custody of Mary to secure her a better education. But Frank firmly disagrees. He doesn't want to cause Mary to face adult pressures too soon. Evelyn understands very well and tells Frank to get a good lawyer. This is an urgent matter. Taking Mary out for a stroll, Frank secretly wonders if he's making the right choices. Mary might solve ultimate human puzzles, and boy, that's a lot of pressure. At the court, Evelyn's lawyer accuses Frank of illegally taking custody. What a wild claim. Frank gets furious and retorts, explaining he's fulfilling his sister's wish. The judge hears both sides and suggests an investigation. Talk about a surprising twist. That evening, Mary sings at the landlord's house and has a wonderful time. Frank is alone at the bar when Bonnie unexpectedly shows up. What a surprise. Bonnie seems well informed about the lawsuit, and even expresses her apologies. So thoughtful. Frank doesn't blame Bonnie, but he thinks this day would come eventually. Chat happily, and the vibe is sizzling, especially with Bonnie sitting across from a former Captain America. The next day, Mary goes to gather CD and bumps into her spooky teacher. A mischievous smile makes Bonnie feel like disappearing into thin air. So awkward. Awkward Frank doesn't know what to say, while Mary is silently plotting her next move. Frank realizes he's been too harsh, so he apologizes. Mary is his precious gem. Mary has never met her biological father, and Frank is her only support. Court sends a notice for Mary to stay with her grandma for 2 days. Though she is reluctant, she has no choice. Mary arrives at her grandma's place and spends the night looking at old photos. What a nostalgic vibe. Grandma dedicated her entire life to math. What an incredible woman she is. Evelyn takes Mary to MIT to let her experience the joy of math firsthand. The professor gives Mary a math problem, which leads to a surprising outcome. Mary instantly starts solving the problem, leaving the professor utterly in awe. After 2 days of experience, Mary happily returns to Frank's side. She says grandma's nice, and there's a piano at home. She's so close to becoming a piano prodigy. Subtitles, but she doesn't want to live with grandma, as the reason is simple: grandma's too bossy. Frank emphatically promises her that he will never abandon her. As the court reconvenes, even surprisingly brings in Mary's father, a meeting that was long overdue. This father, who's been MIA for 7 years, decides to hand over custody to grandma. What a clueless move. Frank's lawyer grills him, asking how he could have not acknowledged Mary all these years. Does that qualify him as a father? The courtroom questioning makes Mary's mood plummet. She wishes she could shout to the world that she is a dad. To show Mary how important she is, Frank takes her to the hospital, where they wait around, doing nothing. The family sits there quietly waiting, still not knowing what twists may come next. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more surprises.